Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So again, today we are back here in Sharn, doing some more Sharn Part 2. So again, if you didn't watch the first video, in order to get to Sharn, you need to head here from the airship, or from the harbor. And then once you're there, you will need to have completed the first chain in order to start the second chain here. So this one here is the second part, and it is House of Pain. So this one here is a little bit faster than the first one. And again, it's exactly like the name sounds. So first thing here, just like all the other ones, we're gonna summon up our hireling, get ourselves some death ward going. Alright. So the next thing we're going to want to do is actually head all the way up the stairs to the very, very top. Then proceed through the open door. The next thing you want to do is talk to this gnome, gnome. And basically you don't want to insult him. You just kind of want to talk to him. And you kind of get some information here. Alright, so there you go. So if at any point you kind of insult him or call him short or make the, oh, I do think little of you type jokes, he gets a little upset and you kind of got to start the conversation over. Once you're done talking to him though, you can actually head on outside and we can actually talk to these nosy neighbors to see if they give us any information. As well, once we're on our way down and get towards the bottom, here's the nosy neighbors, it will actually start spawning in some of our enemies. So again, we just want to head all the way down the stairs, and here we are. Alright, so once those guys are, the initial party's taken out, we're going to just head south, around the corner. Oh, one more. Two more. There we go. So you're going to want to head out this door here to the east. And it'll kind of bring you to a giant township. Now at this point, we do need to head to the bar. So to get to the bar, you're going to want to not head up this ramp here, but you're actually just going to want to head around the outside edge. And we're going to want to hop down to this platform right here. And then we're going to want to continue up the ramp, and that'll take us directly to the bar. Once in the bar, we do need to just talk to the local patrons.
This must be the place where Evan went for a drink. Perhaps the bartender has seen him.
And see if we can't get some information. And you want to go until you get the optional to find the woman in black. So I am just going to continue upstairs. Sometimes you'll find people up here. Once you have the option to find the woman in black, you're going to want to return to the same way we came in. And you'll actually have this person here saying that they'd like to have a word. As you talk to them, their disguise is going to fade. And there we go. Kind of mysterious. Now, what happens is somewhere on the bottom, it's going to spawn in a woman in black. Now, you don't know where, and it does change time to time, so even I can't specifically tell you exactly where she will spawn. There are, I believe, 4 or 5 different locations that she can spawn in. But you can, again, from the top, kind of use that Q&E, and oftentimes you can spot her from above. Now, aside from that, you're going to want to head down kind of to where we started, hopping down to go to the bar. You'll see the puzzle down there. So let's hop down to our puzzle. Now the puzzle here is simple in theory, and that is that you need to light up all the lights. Now this one actually started almost all lit up. It does look like only this one here is not lit up. So certain parts, like here, if you touch on it, it'll hit the side ones. There you go. And we also have some up top here, and you just gotta work it through. So just give me a moment here. There we go. So once it's solved, it's going to spawn in these 2 here. And immediately it will also spawn in a couple of waves of rats for you to deal with. Of course, after they're done talking. The other thing you gotta worry about down here is you're gonna find a lot of beggars and other quote-unquote degenerate lowlives. And they're going to actually attack. Killing a bunch of them will give an optional. We're not going to really worry about that optional in particular, as it does have several tiers. Alright. Man, they love to talk. Alright, so once they're done talking, we can kill all the rats. Somewhere there is more rats. Be right around here somewhere. Kinda hiding. There you go. The rats are always right near the puzzle, so if you are missing some, could just be they weren't aggroed in to the center. Here you go. Now you'll also notice every now and then we'll have these little buffs. I don't know if I can actually get up there. Yeah. So they'll give you various things such as hate magnet or life aura or the various buffs. If you run a lot of the Caneth challenges, you'll become a lot more familiar with them specifically. Alright, so now that we've done that optional, we do again need to head around the bottom edge here to just find that woman in black. You'll also notice that it isn't optional to get all the little blessings there. So hate magnet being one of them. Here's some of these quote-unquote degenerates down here. So also heading towards this one in particular, it's going to spawn in a bunch of guys, so just be prepared if you do go for these collectibles. This leg is not good. Alright, so as we're killing them, you'll notice we did get another optional. That'll teach them and teach these thugs some manners. There's a whole bunch of these optionals there. And it's just going to keep going. It's kind of similar to if you had done the optional in Framework with all the Minotaurs. It's very, very similar to that, where it just has several optionals, each one very similar to the last. Now throughout the area, if you had fallen down before you were supposed to, we do have these doors for stairs up. But again, our objective right now is we need to be here on the bottom to find this woman in black. So as you can see, they also like the rooftops. Alright. So here is our lady in black. She was just around the corner. Right here. So once we talk to her, it doesn't matter what option you choose, she'll eventually kind of just like, okay, and she's going to disappear into a secret passage, which is right near where she was standing. So again, what passage it chooses, it all depends on where she is. Now as soon as you get in, you're going to see all these pipes, and I know you want to break them. Definitely resist the urge. As you're seeing, there is a whole lot of trap boxes in this room. You do want to make sure you grab these trap boxes first, as once you start breaking them, certain ones of these will spool out acid traps and the like. So again, you do want to make sure you grab the trap boxes first. And as you see, you know, that's a lot of trap bonus all in one room. Now once you have them, of course, you do need to break. Once you break them all, it's going to open up the door here. And yeah. Alright, here you go. So it does give 2 paths. The left side is a safer passage. The right side does have a whole lot of traps, and traps that you can actually jump to avoid. And at the bottom, you do want to land in the corner here, as it will have a named enemy and an extra chest. If you don't care about this extra chest, which is just random loot and a little bit of experience, feel free to head down that left path. It'll just take you down to the very bottom and take you there safely. Now, once you're down to the bottom here, we do run across these specters again. If you hadn't done the traps there, it's not the same optionals. And you also have to deal with a whole bunch of rats while you're doing it. Just additional enemies. Basically, all the enemies that they summoned up top, you're going to have to deal with down here along with them. Once you defeat them, you can pull the valves in their areas to turn on their crystals. And it does spawn a few rats because they didn't get rid of all of them. Or they did, but you know, why not do more? But ultimately, there aren't as many rats. And you get the whole other optional. Alright, so now from where we're at, just to our left, we have another chest. Again, random loot, nothing special. Alright, so from this location, we do want to make an immediate left and heading north. And again, more rats. Alright, and then again, left. Take us into our final little room with rats. And again, we can head into our lever. Now, if you hadn't done the optional up top, I do believe the Lady of Plague you actually don't run into again. So by doing the one up top, you actually get the second optional here. Again, I could be mistaken. I tend to solve the puzzle every time. Alright, and again we want to pull our valve. Now once we've pulled both those valves, we can head out, grab our loot. And head over here to where our shrines are. Where our shrines are, we're also going to see these couple of guys, these mercenaries. We can talk to them and figure out what these pipes do. Now essentially what these pipes do is the optional of pulling all the valves. So now we're going to want to head back, pull our last valve, and we've got the optional. Now if you do all of them first, so if we would have pulled our valve here first, we wouldn't have been able to get the optional and then complete it. So you do want to make sure you talk to this guy before you pull your last one. And I want to also point out that other path when we were coming down here, so we went the right side with the traps. If you would have had the left side which didn't have traps, you would actually come out on this side here. Alright, so now that we've opened up all the valves, we can hit a shrine if you need it. This is the end fight, so I'm going to quickly give us a top up heal, as well as a rebuff. And once you have all that, you do want to head down all the way to the bottom. which is, as you can see, a long way. Essentially, it's just a one-way. You can't get back up. And honestly, it's longer than it really needs to be, but here you go. So you're going to want to head all the way down until you get to this room. At which point you do want to talk to the woman in black again. And once you do, it's going to spawn in waves and waves of people. So here's the mercenary we were just talking to. And essentially, yeah, it's just going to be waves and waves of guys. Now you will be assisted by the NPCs that we were just attempting to talk to. Again, not really a difficult fight, but a lot of fighting. Alright, and once this guy drops, it's not actually end yet. They actually have a few more waves of guys. So again, you want to take them out as fast as possible because again, there is a lot of them. And I mean, they can spawn Reapers, and you want to take them out fast enough that, well, you still have allies to help you. So if they take too much damage, they're going to go prone, and they're not going to be able to assist fighting. But obviously they don't die, like don't have to worry about failing or anything like that. Once you are finally done with all the fighting here, you can actually talk to the guy we came here to talk to, and we can ask him a little bit about the tattoo. And basically he says he's not really going to help you. And that's pretty much it. From here, you want to grab your loot, which again can have some named items such as family recruit sigil. It's a nice little necklace. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one all.